If you are not getting views on your YouTube videos, then you have to start your videos the same way that successful YouTubers are doing it. He literally just combined all three methods into that one intro. This is why he's getting millions of views. Now, before we dissect the secret to creating engaging intros for your YouTube videos, you need to know that there's a few methods that you can use in your videos. And yes, this is gonna work for informational channels, entertainment channels, any channel that you have, this is going to work for you. But the key here is that you have to understand each method and then decide which one is gonna work best for your channel and for your specific video. Shh, a hint here is that a lot of the successful YouTube channels actually use multiple different methods inside of their intros. We'll get into that.
You gotta just press record.
The very beginning of a YouTube video is so important, and channels that go viral and blow up, they know this. The beginning of your YouTube video is called the intro, and the purpose of the intro and why it's there is so that when the viewer experiences the intro, they want to stick around and actually watch all of the content. And here are some of the methods that successful YouTubers are doing to keep you watching. Method number one, tease what's coming up. Now, I'm sure you've seen this done before, not just on YouTube, but also on television. Oftentimes, if you're watching some sort of reality TV show, at the very beginning of the episode, they're gonna show you what's coming up. And it's usually all the juicy stuff, all the drama, and that's what keeps you wanting to watch. So at the beginning of your video, how can you show the drama, the highlights, or even the moment leading up to the most exciting part of the video, but then cut it off? And this is you telling the viewer, hey, we got some good stuff coming up, so you're gonna wanna stick around to see this. This right here is a great example from a show called Hot Ones, and at the very beginning of their YouTube video, they give us this.
Oh mate, that's the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth.
You can see that he's in some pain because he just ate some spicy hot wings, which makes you want to watch. Which now seems a bit twisted, admitting that I want to see him in pain from spicy hot wings.
That is so bad.
Hey, I guess it works. This works really, really well for vlogs, but what about if you have an information channel? So here's a great example. This is a video podcast. It's an hour long, but in the first 15 to 30 seconds, they want to show you why you should stay using this coming up method.
Sometimes it's not about what decision you make, just make one and commit to it. I can't not know what the heck would happen if I didn't take the challenge or find out. That's what will keep me up at night.
I think we need to start a new unbranding campaign. Sensei McConaughey.
Now that right there is a great example because they took some of the highlights, they put it at the very beginning. So now I want to stay and kind of hear his thoughts on those subjects. And they added in some really good music to kind of convey that emotion of inspiration and motivation. And that right there is a way better start to the YouTube video rather than just getting in at the very beginning of the video podcast. Because now as the viewer, I know it's coming up and I want to stay for that. Here's one more great example, kind of from a tutorial based channel where they teach you how to do countertops, make it look really cool for really cheap. And this video is about how to do a stone effect for your countertops with epoxy. Let's check it out.
You want simple countertops in this video? We're gonna show you two samples of a
adding in clips, so as he talks about it, you're actually seeing it happen as well.
For the decorative part, we're gonna show you how to do marble spray and granite spray. Is your jam marble, or would you rather have granite?
I love those shots. It looks great.
It's a 1-2 punch. I'm feeling frisky. Let's go.
That's another great example of talking to the camera and just telling you what the video is going to be about, what you're going to experience in this video, but then using B-roll, using those clips later in the video, overlaying it on the beginning, and now they get to see what the finished product is going to look like, and then the video shows them how to do it. Method number two, this one has worked really well for us, and this is get right into the action. If you have a channel that is information based, this can work really, really well. These are some of the highest performing videos for us in the first 30 seconds. So in that intro, people are actually staying the longest in these videos because we get right into the action. We're gonna check out this video that was actually filmed at Grow With Video Live, which is an event that we throw every single year. So we'll have a link in the description if you guys wanna come and hang out with us, talk all things YouTube and online video. But let's check out this intro.
YouTube tags.
Underrated, nobody's using them properly still.
I think they're overrated. YouTube has come out and said that they're not really a big deal.
You gotta just press record.
I think they're a big deal when you're starting out.
I love
to
it.
give you clarity.
I love it. So the video just keeps going. There was never an intro. There was never any sort of setup. You really just got right into the action. And as someone clicking on this video, are YouTube tags worthless? You want to know the answer. And as soon as you click on that video, you're kind of getting two answers. You're getting yes and no.
YouTube tags.
Underrated, nobody's using them properly still.
I think they're overrated.
I love that there was no intro. There was no, hey guys, we're Grow With Video Live. My name is, it was literally just the answer to the question of the video. Method number 3, this one seems a little bit weird at first, but I promise if you stick around through all these examples, you're going to understand it. And that is reinforce the title. Let's start off right away with an example from Mr. Beast, who does this in almost every single video, and you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. The title of this video is Last to Leave Circle Wins $500,000. Now I want you to watch this video with me and listen to what he says. He reinforces the title of the video.
I put 100 people inside of a giant circle, and whoever leaves the circle last wins $500,000.
So even right there, just 6 seconds in, he's told us that people are in the circle and the last one to leave is going to win $500,000. Now here's the second half of his intro.
But if you touch the red line, it's game over. I don't care how long this takes, whichever one of you leaves last wins $500,000.
And boom, the intro's done. We're 16 to 18 seconds in and the video has started. Well, officially started. The intro's over, now the content is happening. So why does Mr. Beast do this and why should you do this? Well, first of all, when someone clicks on your video and you tell them exactly what they're going to get and it matches the thumbnail and the title that they clicked on, it builds trust with that viewer. It lets you know that Mr. Beast is not going to clickbait you. He actually is going to give someone who leaves the circle last $500,000. Now, another reason that he does this at the very beginning of his videos is because he wants to build more context. In the first 6 seconds, we find out some new information that there is 100 people within the circle.
I put 100 people inside of a giant circle.
And then he says that the last to leave wins $500,000, but we already knew that piece of information just based off of the title. And then in the second half of his intro, from 6 seconds to 16 seconds, he adds in some of the rules. If you touch the line, you're out. So he's giving us more context, more information, and he's laying down the stakes for this video. And then he says, I don't care how long this takes, the last one to leave the circle wins $500,000. Again, he's setting the stage. He's letting you know that this is going to take a long time and it's not going to be easy. Now, there's a lot of information there that he wants to get in the beginning of the video, but it doesn't all make it into the title. And so this is a great way to reinforce the title, but also add in a little bit of new information. Again, if you have a channel that is not entertainment based, you can totally use this. And this is something that I do all the time. Now, one of my best performing intros that actually had 80% retention rate at the 30-second mark, I used method number 3 and not method 1 or 2 because it just didn't make sense for that video. So let's see how I did this in the video titled YouTube Employee Reveals the Secret to Getting Views. A YouTube employee just revealed the secret to getting views on YouTube. Okay, right there, 4 seconds in, I reinforced the title. So people clicking on this, they know I'm actually going to give them what the title promises to give them. Let's watch the second half of this intro. Now, what is that secret? Well, we know that the YouTube algorithm favors a video that is watched 90% of the way through versus someone who watches 10% of a video. This is called average view duration. And people are wondering, what's a good average view duration? What kind of percentage do you actually need to get into the YouTube algorithm and start getting views? Now, in the second half of that intro, I added in a whole lot more context. I revealed that the real question we need to know on how to get views is what percentage average view duration do we need on our videos? Meaning, how well do our videos need to perform to actually get into the YouTube algorithm and start getting views? Now, this definitely wouldn't have worked with method number 1 or method number 2, because the whole point of this video was to reveal a piece of information that we got from a YouTube employee, which you could argue that I did do method 1 by teasing what was coming up, but I didn't give them the final answer. And I definitely didn't want to do method number 2 because the whole point of people clicking on that video was to receive that secret information. And if I gave it to them right away, they would just click off and leave. So I actually wanted to tease the viewer a little bit by saying, hey, we have the information. And then I wanted to explain to them what it is and how it's going to help them get views. And also reveal to them why this information is legit. Too legit to quit. I'm sorry for that. Now here's one more example where the same idea is done, but it's just done a little bit differently. Personally, I saw this video, I thought it was super interesting, so I clicked on it and then I realized this intro is really cool and it got me hooked into the actual content. So let's check it out.
We are out here in beautiful Westlake Hills. This is where Joe Rogan lives, Lance Armstrong, Matthew McConaughey, and so we are here gonna go knock on random doors and find out what people do for a living. This is something since when I was a little kid I was like, how did these people get rich? And today, we're gonna find out.
I've also always wanted to do this because I've thought the same exact thing. Now, though he doesn't repeat his title word for word, he reinforces the title and the idea of the video and shows us how he's going to do it. And he also adds in context as to where he is, what kind of celebrities live in this area, and then what he's going to do. And he even shared his curiosity as a child that I resonated with, and a lot of other people probably did too. Like I said earlier, some of the most successful YouTube channels actually combine all three methods into their intros. And here's a video that does this really, really well. And all within 15 seconds. But first, it's important that you know you don't have to combine all three of these methods into every single one of your YouTube intros. Most of the time at Think Media, we're using 2 of the 3 methods, sometimes 1 of the 3 methods. So it definitely depends on the type of content and the specific video that you are making. I recommend experimenting with these different methods with your content and seeing which one performs the best. You definitely want to go into your YouTube Studio analytics, look into what's performing well, what's not performing well, really think about why and what the viewer wants and what they were expecting in that video. And from there, you can adjust, you can experiment more and continue to improve. This is a video by Eric that has 4.2 million views and it's called Facing 100 Fears in 24 Hours. Let's check it out.
Today, I'm gonna be facing 100 fears, starting with the fear of cockroaches. Now, before my face gets locked in a box full of cockroaches, I need to tell you that as time goes on, the other fears in this video will get much more terrifying than this. We have 24 hours to face all 100 fears, and the timer starts right now.
He literally just combined all 3 methods into that one intro. This is why he's getting millions of views. As soon as you clicked on his video, he reinforced the title.
Today, I'm gonna be facing 100 fears.
Then he just jumped right into the action.
Starting with the fear of cockroaches. Now, before my face gets locked in a box full of cockroaches.
But before you get what you came for, he actually tells you what's gonna come up later in the video.
I need to tell you that as time goes on, the other fears in this video will get much more terrifying than this. We have 24 hours to face all 100 fears, and the timer starts right now.
And then it comes back and he goes right back into the action. Now, the point of the intro is to get people to watch all of your content. But if your content is bad, if your videos are bad, then you really need to start there. Because even if you have the perfect YouTube intro, but your video is just bad, you're not gonna be getting many views. So here's what you need to do. You need to learn how to make good videos that keep people watching. And you can click on the screen to learn how to make good videos, which really is the most important thing. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video.